We are live.
Is it? Is it on?
Are we on?
Oui.
Are we alive?
Allez.
Hello, les gars.
Hello. Right.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Are we
I
alive?
think we are. We are.
Ah, we
indeed.
are live. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Are you okay? We're good. Good evening. Welcome to our first live for Too Many Wines. Okay, welcome to our bubble, Too Many Wine bubble. Okay,
So,
2 meters, one plus,
plus.
plus.
We've been very well at this.
We've been tested so many times. Okay.
Yeah. But why are we here, by the way?
I don't know. A good night in.
A good night
A
in.
good night in. Yes, then we chose this kitchen because it's in this kitchen we made a lot of decisions for
Yes.
Too Many Wines.
Absolutely.
Probably too much, too many, but okay. Right, then a good night in. We're gonna talk about some good wines, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good food. That's the most important in life.
Look at this. I don't know if you can see there.
You can see. Well, you see on the story anyway, and especially wines. Two wines, like too many.
Too many. But not too many.
Not too many. Blanco Sobrerias. Even if I'm not ready there, but probably I know. And starting my back from Umberto Canale.
Yeah, sorry about the lights, you can't really see it, but it's these two wines.
In my head, I'm getting
these two wines. Hello everyone who's commenting, and Johan and Hazel.
Hazel, ciao!
Bravo, by the way, for commenting and winning these boxes. I hope you've put them in the fridge.
I commented first. I didn't win. Okay, that's fine.
Now, the one thing we are going to say is that we're going to have the espresso martini at the end. If you had it already, well, you've had it already. But we kind of like decided that it might actually be a bit better to have it at the end. So if you haven't had it yet, leave it there.
Let it.
Yeah. Don't shake it. Don't do anything. And we're going to have the white first. So,
okay.
But so many decisions has been taken here, hasn't it?
Yeah, we slowly, but we're not even finished to make a lot of decisions.
No.
But yes, shall we start?
Well, I mean, there's loads of things we would like to say because this is the first one. Well, thank you to so many people who's been supporting us so far. We've been overwhelmed by some orders that has been placed, some virtual tasting that we've done. I know Hazel was one of them, and Joanne, I think, as well. And we've also had a few orders selling wine for Christmas. We've had a lot of fun putting some social media pictures together, and a big thank you to Becky, who we know is looking at the moment from People by People. Amazing job.
Yes, thank you very much, Becky.
Just motivation and
supporting.
Really supporting. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm
quite thirsty now.
You're quite thirsty.
I don't want to sit.
But so we've put this together, this Too Many Wines business, to bring something a little bit new to the market.
Different, yes.
Yeah. Originally we wanted to open a wine bar, but in the end, with the situation,
the pandemic,
we thought, well, let's do something virtual first. And
there we go.
We don't have the bar, but we've got the virtual. We
don't even have the website yet, but we are virtual.
Yeah, we are virtual.
Anyway, but the website and everyone is waiting for. We're waiting for as well. But it will be live very, very soon. Probably I think beginning of January now, New Year 2021.
Absolutely.
But for anyone that wants to buy some wine in York, Leeds, we can still do it. Yeah. Our list, just contact us and we send all the list. Our festive days, which are very interesting.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Very funny names as well.
And they're all on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. So you are now on Facebook, so you you can go ahead and look at us.
Thanks to Barbara, she's not here today. You will know about Barbara.
Barbara is having a night off.
Yeah, she not even started yet, but she's off already.
On Friday.
Yeah. My God. No weekend off, okay? Anyway, whoever
yes.
wants to comment and order something today,
yeah, absolutely.
So 10% discount? With a 9%? No, come on, we're generous today. 10%, yes. 10% discount. So everyone commenting today, apart, Charlie, no, you're not getting any 10%. Sorry, Charlie, you got it.
So yes, so we're just having a little bit of a deal going on right now. Is like if you want to order some wine before the end of the year, and you comment
the card
on here and contact us via Messenger or phone or email. It's on our Facebook page, as I said, on our bio on Instagram. You send us an email. You say, yeah, we want some wine. And then we say, yeah, no problem. We send you the list. You order, we send you an invoice, and we deliver. Yeah. We deliver. Amazing.
I think I know what they're doing when they need to buy online. You know, just go on the website. I know we don't have any website, then it's just contact.
It's coming. Oh, just one last thing before we try the white wine. We are going to be joined later around 6:30ish, if we don't do too much, by a guy called Lawrence. Super guy who I can see is there waiting for us to click the button.
We can see him already.
Yeah, he's going to explain to us a little bit what behind the espresso martini and all of the other cocktails, because we did a bit of a collaboration with a bar in Leeds called Roland's. Some of you might know it, and Domino Club, obviously. Don't forget Domino. We decided to get their cocktails for this year and for the foreseeable future. So this is the espresso martini, which I think has been voted best espresso martini in Leeds. I think.
And
we'll get there. We don't know.
We voted for. That's for sure. Yeah, we had a little bit of debate on this because he was thinking to go as an aperitif. Saying no way, but the expert after we can ask the expert after.
Yeah. So the first wine before we start cooking. I'm going
to start to do some aperitif. We got some lovely pistachio because there is a story behind the pistachio.
We love pistachio.
From Sicily.
From Sicily. It's one thing everywhere we go. We always have pistachios.
In Yorkshire,
Yorkshire district, everywhere is pistachio first.
There is no fire, but there is pistachio.
Okay. Do not do any fires outside.
No, do not try. No, never. No. Okay.
And yes, so we are going to have what is it that we're going to have tonight?
But for main course, so with the red, we're gonna have a straccetti di manzo. I don't know. It's like beef strips with some fresh, lovely tomatoes and a rocket salad. Some vinegar. I covered
all the supermarkets are available.
But it's fine. Some onions, garlic.
Yeah, that's it. A bit of olive oil from Sicily.
I'm gonna do a little tortilla.
Yeah, one of my favorite producer, wine producer and olive oil producer called Planeta. They are amazing. The olive oil is delicious. It's probably the only olive oil. Well, it is actually the only olive oil that I have in the house. My kids have been eating this olive oil ever since they've been born, and I don't think they like any other. Okay, so while Benji is preparing the little tartines, I'm going to talk to you about this. So Blanco Sobrelillas is a Spanish white wine made out of a grape called Garnacha Blanca. Garnacha Blanca is part of this family of grapes called Garnacha, Grenache, and it produces some of the best wines in the world because it's so versatile. You can have something really dry, you can have something a little bit more rich for the whites. For the reds, you can have something quite big. You can have something kind of sweet, very sweet even. Sometimes you can do some dessert wine with it, which is amazing. But the reds can vary from being big to being really light. So, for example, in Australia, the Grenache Black, the Noir, or the Grenache Red is used to make, and in South Africa as well, in fact, is used to make light red wine more than big red wines, because not everybody wants big red wines, and nowadays people want wines now you can chill down as well, which are great. So you chill them down, you put them in the fridge, you let them for a little bit of time, you know, and then you drink them. It's absolutely wonderful. To be fair, a chilled red wine is the best drink to have in summer. In fact, in Australia, just to move on a little bit sideways, in Australia for winter and Christmas, I think, yeah, some of my friends might tell me off for this, but one of the traditions is to drink Shiraz Sparkling, and Shiraz Sparkling is a red sparkling. So I see that you can see the reflection of the screen at the back. That's a little bit of an overlooked thing here. So yes, chilled red wine. So Grenache. Grenache is the grape that's used here. And Sobre Lias means on lees. So you must have heard about Muscadet sur lit. Muscadet sur lit means that basically you leave the wine, the white wine, when you make it, on the lees. When the yeast when the yeast transforms itself with the sugar into alcohol, it dies. And when it dies, it leaves lees. And these lees, thank you very much. And these lees are very important to either keep or either keep or you can take them off. If you want to take them off, that's fine as a winemaker, and you get a white wine which is pretty dry, pretty clean, very citrusy, etc. If you leave them in the white wine, in the wine really, you will get something a little bit more creamy, a little bit slightly more depth, and sometimes you can even think that it has been aged in oak, but it hasn't. So that's what this wine is about. So when you taste it, when you smell it, you can smell that like bread, you know, a little bit of like yeast, of course, but like that breads, that little bit of brioche, etc. Champagne or any wines that are made like champagne are aged on lees for a very long time, sometimes up to 10 years, 12 years. I've seen some more than 20 years old.
Great.
Yeah, and you get, when you drink champagne, you always have that brioche, you know, that yeasty, toasty kind of thing that's like pain perdu or French toast, that type of thing. So that's what it is. No. So there you go. So this is the first wine. So that's very good. I think it's a good wine as an aperitif with what we're going to have. We decided to go with these little anchovies from Spain that they have, which are marinated in oil and vinegar. And some of these, a little bit of tomato, a bit of olive oil, and some balsamic vinegar, just to get the palate going. So cheers everyone.
Cheers, thank you.
First
thank you, Billy Black. Leon, miss you too. Sinclair.
Right, I can see that on the Becky, we make you blush. I'm so sorry. Very sorry.
You made me blush. Okay.
There you go. Well, so we'll let you enjoy this a little bit, but there you go. So, what's the good thing about tasting wines like this is, and the reason why we also did this is, as I said before, we want to bring something new, so wines like this are not wines that you see everywhere. Yes, of course, we've got the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. You know, we have to have a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, but we have to have pretty good New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc.
Well,
We have Malbec, like we're going to drink earlier,
Yeah.
but it's a bloody good Malbec. Excuse my French.
Like
Yeah.
someone was asking a few days ago, I don't remember who this lady. Like I just love Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
And what was the answer?
Well, the answer is if you love Sauvignon Blanc,
Smart.
right? Don't say, oh, I like Sauvignon Blanc.
But you
Which is
can
fine.
say, I
You
mean,
can say I like
you do
Sauvignon
whatever
Blanc.
you want.
But say I like Sancerre or I like Pouilly Fumé, because
Right.
these two wines are made out of Sauvignon Blanc,
Yeah.
right? And then you go there and you're like, oh my God, these people know what they're talking about. It's amazing. Let's continue that way. So say, for example, you say, oh, I like Chardonnay. Say, okay, fine. Say, I like Chablis. Oh my God, that's like, bravo. You know, this type of wines. So you use this type of, use the wines that are made out of these particular grapes. And this is what we want to bring to the market. Well, I see some of you is already on the Malbec. Amazing. Hello, Charlie. Let's go. Wait.
Yeah, Bill is gonna be regular. Probably 2 times a week or maybe every week.
There you go. Well, if you get cooking, then we can start on the red as well.
Tell me also to shut up if you want.
No, you go ahead. So he's going to cook, and while he cooks, I'm going to
Hello, Gabi.
I'm going to express a little bit more about the wines. So the second wine we're going to have is the Malbec, and Humberto Canale is the producer, and he's from Patagonia. Now, one thing to know about Patagonia is that it's not always mountainous. It can be really high plateaus, but it's high and it's cold because it's further down the south of South America, Argentina. And so a place like this will make wines that are not massive. Like if you go, for example, in other region of Argentina, you're going to have some Malbec sometimes that can be a little bit too big or a little bit big when people love this. Don't take me wrong. I mean, I like it in certain occasions for sure. But what this guy is making is a Malbec that has more complexity. It's not just fruit. It's something that you get with, say, for example, great Pinot Noirs or great Cabernet Sauvignon and things like this. So you get really good wines that are not too powerful, and that's very important. And so it's not a massive estate. It's a pretty small estate. They produce Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc. They produce Pinot Noir. They produce things like Malbec, of course. They produce things like Sauvignon Blanc. And they do blends as well, which are great as well to start a dinner or to just enjoy after a hard day at work, you know. So you're stealing the move there. I think
it's a trademark.
Maybe it's a trademark. I don't know.
Sorry.
So that's why it's important to try different things. And that's why it's important to go to, say, you know, an independent wine merchant and ask them and say, oh, you know what, I like this type of wine. What can you recommend? You know, it's very important. And this is what we can do. You send us a message and say, oh, yeah, we can recommend this, we can recommend that. And this is as important as anything, really. I mean, on whoever is, there's quite a lot of you guys watching at the moment. I know some of you own restaurants, and yeah, it's something that we discuss quite often. And so there you go. So as I was saying, Malbec from Argentina and from Patagonia. So cheers, right?
Cheers to you guys.
In here, when you smell it, you can really get the dark fruits, you know, a little bit of that red berries as well. You get some like a little bit of balsamic, in fact. You know, you do get a bit of that, and that's a good sign. Sometimes also in wines like this, you can get flavors and aromas which are based on more animals, should I say, like leather, for example, or what we call farmyards, which you haven't got in this, but like a farmyardy, you know, we've all been in a farm before. You can sometimes get that smell here. Yes, the Umberto Canale Pinot Noir is delicious. I'm glad you know it. It's yeah, super for the price. It's unbelievable. So you get this type of, you know, more animal. And I get a little bit of leather in this. I don't know if you do. Wine is very personal, by the way. It's a very important thing to remember that. Everybody's got a different palate. Everybody smell and taste things slightly differently. So, hey, Beniamino, this is...
hey, Beniamino, I'm here. David.
So, Beniamino is a producer from Italy.
Yeah.
From
Rotomagno.
Yeah. Rotomagno, absolutely. Yeah, good guy. He's,
Next time we'll be with you, Beniamino.
Absolutely.
Actually, yeah. Normally we were hanging around with him this time of the year.
Absolutely. He always comes to the UK around this time of the year.
Yeah.
So
we miss you.
Yeah, we miss you. So yeah, to come back to the type of flavors you can get in red wines, is having this red fruit is very important. And then when you taste it, you get a bit more of that tannins, you know, that dry sensation that you get in the mouth. That's very, very important for a red wine, because it's a sign of a good quality red wine. It's something that you can really enjoy with foods, because it's not just in respect. It's not just bland. It's not just like, oh, okay, so it's a wine. At least when you taste it throughout the bottle, it might actually change and be different. You can see you. So it can change within an hour, and it keeps that structure, which is very, very important. Yes, thank you, Fred. Got the leather. Well done. So yeah, so there you go. So this is very important in a red wine.
I'm going to.
So what are you going to do now?
I don't know. No, stracciati di manzo here, and put some of your very, very big garlic, and it will be fried. And now I'm going to put the meat, the beef bavette steak.
Bavette steak,
okay.
Yeah.
Just saute. There is pan fried little bit. There is tomatoes.
Yeah.
Cherry tomatoes. And that's it. Very, very quickly with a little bed of rucola salad.
Amazing.
And then it's great.
I'm going to try this. I haven't even tried it yet because I've been talking. So
yeah, drink something because.
No, but so yeah. So the thing is, the reason why we wanted to cook something because it's
because we're starving.
Well, yeah, as you can see, we are starving. And no, it's basically because wine is not something that you drink on your own. Don't need so. In Italy, no, don't put it. If it's in Italy, you don't actually drink wine just like this, do you?
Well, now is the aperitivo style is going. I mean, they drink like that, but like let's say 10, 15 years ago, it was not like drinking just wine. You always drink wine with food.
Yeah, that's it. It's very important. I mean, the food and the wine is it goes together. And when we will have our bar, whenever that is, we will have always something that goes with the wines that we suggest by the glass. So say, for example, if these two are by the glass, we're going to suggest a little thing that goes with it, so then you can enjoy it. And to be fair, at the moment, you can't go out.
Croissant or on
medium rare. So well, actually, I eat mine blue, but I'm not going to say blue right now. But no, it's obviously at the moment, if you can go out, you have to eat something, which is good. It's a good thing because like this you eat and drink at the same time, which is very, very good. So yeah, we wanted to do food because like this, you've got something that goes with the wine that you're going to drink. So next time when you do it in your own house, you can just say to us, "Hey guys, can you send us the recipe?"
Next time you decide the food, We decide the wines, and you decide the food. Actually, you decide the food, and then we're gonna decide the wine.
Oh yeah, we can do some competition. Say, send us the best recipe. We pick the recipe, whoever's recipe we picked. Then win some wine, and off you go. We do the recipe live on air, and then we've got the wines, and you can try the wines. That's a great idea. Well done. Excellent. See, we are learning, by the way. Just in case you didn't read
we made the little.
Yeah, thank you. Just in case you didn't read the little comment, it's our first. Yeah, it's our first. So it's like everything else. To be fair, it's it's a friend of ours who said, "Listen, guys, you need to do a live session before Christmas." It's like, my God, we're not ready. We don't know, blah, blah, blah. What are we going to do?
We're ready.
Yeah, off we go. Right, I realize it's nearly 6:30, which means that we're nearly going to get Lawrence on air.
Our friend,
who's just changed.
Collaboration.
Yeah, who's just changed his jumper. And while he talks,
Sorry?
That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at this. Ooh. It smells really nice too, by the way. So while he speaks, I'm going to shake the shaker with the espresso martini. So if you have the espresso martini, get ready. Get your ice in your shaker or your jar if you have one. If you have a shaker, use the shaker. If you have a jar, use the jar. Yeah, bravo, Johan. You're good. 10% off for you. Should we crack on for this? Are you ready, Lawrence? I think he's ready. There you go. Let's get him in. There you go.
You all right, mate? How's it going?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm starving now. I've been sat here watching you guys cook all that beautiful food for half an hour.
You should go. I
haven't had it yet, to be fair. So.
Oh, mate, it looks delicious. I didn't know you had man of secret talents, aren't you? Jesus.
Yeah. It's good. It's nice. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How's it going in Leeds?
Yeah, as good as it's going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like we're getting by, taking each day as it comes. It's just one of them. So,
yeah.
Oh well.
No, I hear you do some pickup from the bar on at the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean every day except Sunday. So yeah, you can come roll through and get gin, beers, wines. Our nice little wolf.
Absolutely. The new gin.
The new gin. About 3 months now, I think. Yeah, we started just after lockdown 1.0. And Niall's finally nailed the recipe down and done us all proud. And it's beautiful stuff. You got to come through and try it.
And do you know the little story about this is that we decided to work with Double Dutch as but we decided to do it before we actually knew that the mixer that you chose to go with the gin was Double Dutch. So I thought that's a super coincidence. That's like amazing.
Life coming together and working.
Absolutely, and this is the key to collaboration, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like finding the right thing at the right time. So yeah. So do you want to explain a little bit more about, like, say, espresso martini? Maybe a bit the history or whatever everything you know about the espresso martini. Where I do the shape.
Yeah, of course. So the espresso martini was created by a dude called Dick Bradsell. He created so many of the classic cocktails, so like the espresso martini, the Bramble, the Russian spring punch, you name it. He had a hand in creating it. But he was working in his bar, and a supermodel came in. Now we've got two options of who it could have been. It might have been Kate Moss or Naomi Campbell, and they've got this sort of unwritten agreement that neither one of them will confirm or deny which one it was. Like if you ask them about it, they just sort of go like, maybe it was me. But anyway, this famous supermodel walks in the 90s and requests a cocktail that's going to wake her up and fuck her up. Now at the time, Dick's station was right next to the coffee machine. So there's always coffee beans, like ground coffee all over his station, all in his ice well, and it really annoyed him. So like coffee was always on his mind. So yeah, he decided to throw together this mixture of vanilla vodka, fresh espresso, sugar, and then the original had a blend of Tia Maria and Kahlua in it. When it was originally created, it was called the pharmaceutical stimulant. But yeah, obviously it's now what we know and love as the espresso martini. There you go. Ours, we obviously serve in these beautiful bottles. You get 4 serves in a bottle. Now ours is slightly different to the traditional. So we use our own homemade vodka in it, our own homemade cold brew coffee, our top secret recipe coffee liqueur, and then a spiced Guinness reduction as the sweetener.
I didn't know.
There you are. That's why it's so delicious. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be treading on any people's toes, but yeah, it's arguably, probably. Well, let's go with probably like the most green and environmentally friendly espresso martini you can get. Because I mean, like if I pick up my laptop, so you can just see that window underneath all of the lights. That's where every single ingredient in the espresso martini is made. There's like no transport at all. There's like 0 carbon emissions. Like, yeah, it's a great little number, and it tastes delicious.
I think we can. Should we do a little shout out to Niall? Actually, who's the
Niall is just. I'm going to turn the camera. Where is he? There he is.
Hello. So he's the guy who actually
makes all our stuff.
That's it. He's the guy that makes the vodka and the coffee liqueur and
vodka gin, coffee liqueur, raspberry vodka. We do a 0 waste citrus vodka. So, like you mentioned, obviously we've got this bar and the Domino Club. So every bar on the planet goes through kilos and kilos of limes, lemons, oranges, grapefruits. We save all of our peels and husks and lug them down here to Niall, who makes a delicious citrus vodka out of them all for us. We've got all sorts of weird and wonderful beauties on the go.
Absolutely. Amazing. All right. Don't forget, if you're making the espresso martini now, don't forget to put the little coffee beans.
Which we start provide on the box.
Yeah, go
in the box.
This the box. And just these, you see.
I mean, I'll shake mine up and have one with you now as well.
Yeah, please do, join us.
That's the gin, guys.
Yeah, that's the gin. Beautiful bottle. And yeah, it goes really good, deliciously with...
We're selling this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sorry about the noise with the shaking, by the way.
That's a kind of revenge.
Yeah. You're doing it right in like that. Yeah, come on, you know. There you go. I've heard that you guys have created a Negroni of some sort.
Yes, yeah. And so we've done, I put together a chocolate orange Negroni. Yeah, like without blowing my trumpet too much, yeah, it's pretty delicious.
Is it good?
So it's we sous vide like a Negroni batch with like cut up oranges and then cocoa butter. So the whole thing's cocoa butter fat washed. So that's sous vide for like 4 hours, and then like we freeze it to like get all the oil to rise back out and strain it again. And yeah, it's just imagine a Terry's chocolate orange and like everyone's favorite gin cocktail had this weird love baby. That's what we're.
We're coming to this.
Let's get a taxi. No, we do not travel.
No. Well, I did.
Cheers, everybody. Right.
Cheers and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed.
Well.
Oh my, that's delicious.
Okay for you.
Absolutely. Well, just okay. Well, I think we did pretty well with timing. That's I'm pretty impressed.
Because I
thought we'd still be there by 7 p.m.
try to book it.
So pretty well organized. Thank you very much.
Thank you
So
very much.
what's just before you close the whole session is again I wanted to say thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes,
Thanks
everyone.
for all that have commented. Thank you, Lawrence, for joining us. The drop of a hat like this.
Thanks for having me.
Amazing. And by the way, one of the pictures on social media on Instagram is your hand.
I didn't even notice.
Squeezing. No, but have a look at Too Many Wines on Instagram. You will see your hand.
My famous hands.
Ciao papà, sono Noah, tuo figlio. I know you are not.
So Benji's son is actually watching us right now from this.
Sì, sì. And you say, I'm your
son.
I'm your son. Yes, I know. Love you.
And so thank you for joining us. And so let's just hope that we all have a great Christmas.
Yes.
We
will be probably on live in 2 times a week.
I think we are planning to be live next week, in fact.
Next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
When are you going to tell me then?
Live next week, just again like this, a little bit quick, just to say Happy New Year. Let's forget about 2020. Even though, you know what, we've learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, it hasn't been great, it hasn't been magnificent for the hospitality industry and for other industries.
Yeah.
We've learned some stuff. So anyway, cheers to all.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. All the best. Ciao, guys. We love you.
Okay.
Too Many Wines.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.